Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of BrobusCast. I am your host, BrobusCast, and with me today is ZDogg.
Fire, earth, water, air, a human, a monster, a prince from the dark, and old Godzilla. And wait, what are we doing? Oh yeah, podcast. Okay, yeah.
You son of a bitch! You stole my intro.
There's no fucking way that was your intro. I'm sorry.
Well,
that more or less that was going to be my intro. All right, you know what? Fine. I can adapt to this.
Well, that right there, for in case anybody doesn't know, even though we're like, what, 100 episodes in at this point, is the voice of Richard.
Hello. Air, water, earth, fire, prime time.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's not the exact same.
No, but it's partially the same.
Oh, whatever.
Jeez, I get no respect. I get no respect even on 100 episodes.
Hey, I'm hearing a lot of crying over there.
Hey, I have a right to cry. I'm the one still in debt over this goddamn golden couch.
Okay, so see, here's the thing, Richard. We have a bucket that you can put all your complaints in. It's that trash can over there.
Oh, that trash can sucks. I'm gonna go steal the lad's trash can. It's better.
All right, you do that. And while you do that, hey, we have an episode to talk about.
Yes.
Yeah, our 30th Marvel versus DC fight. It's back, baby.
Yeah. And man, they spent their time without them well, because my gosh, they went above and beyond with this one. I would say.
You really do take for granted the little things in Death Battle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Indeed you do.
Anyway, we're talking about the Sentry versus Superboy Prime. That came out, and YouTube to this day still hasn't decided on what thumbnail they want to use for it.
Yeah, I know. Literally, it's gone
funny.
up and down, up and down. Do they want to use? Do they want to use Final Crisis? Do they want to use? Do they want to use current All In DC, or as BrobusCast calls him, Twink Superboy, or do they just want to use his edgelord image? Like, good lord.
Yeah.
But hey, go ahead.
I think the one with the Void Sentry.
Yeah.
Like the hand
right,
Void.
Yeah. Right
Yeah,
now,
that one's pretty good.
Right now, I think they finally settled on one. Thank God.
Yeah, I know. I was so sick and tired of them constantly changing it. Now, granted. Okay.
No, I just said thanks, algorithm.
Yeah. Seriously.
And hey, it worked. The episode is over 2 million views.
True.
And it's gonna tie up with Gru versus Megamind.
Yeah, maybe that's why the thumbnails kept changing, because it just kept rising up with each one they used.
Yeah.
So it's
holy
like,
shit.
So it's like, which one is the most successful? We don't know.
Yeah, right. Oh my God. By the way, how crazy is that? That our 3 highest viewed episodes of the year so far are a video game character fighting an anime villain, 2 popular animated film villain turned hero protagonist, and also
and now 3 edgelord Superman.
Yes, 2 edgelord Superman. Only one of them has got, but the joke's on the other one, because one of them has been adapted into live action. Sorry, Prime.
Yep.
Yeah.
One day Prime will get something animated.
Oh
right?
God, no, that's never gonna happen. I'm sorry. Like, there's no
be
Deadpool
fair-
curse.
To be fair,
For
I
that.
feel like adapting Prime is like incredibly difficult because
Yeah,
because
the
like essentially like adapting Superboy Prime is like basically you need to retell the entire story of the Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's
yeah, which
kind
is a
of
lot.
it's kind of crazy. And yet
Yeah.
I say that, and yet DC's done it twice. So you know what? Maybe I'm the weird one here.
Oh,
Well, DC just loves them a crisis.
yep.
Yeah, in more ways than one. Anyway,
If the crisis leads to them winning,
That's
there you
true.
go. Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
segue. You're on your game
Yeah.
tonight, ZDogg.
Thank you. But yeah, Superboy Prime 1, which, we called.
yeah,
Yeah, literally everybody and their mother called this verdict.
yeah.
Well,
Well,
yeah, I mean,
kind of.
there were a lot more people going for Sentry than you would have thought. So,
I've seen the reactions. Like, I've seen countless reactions to this episode. In the beginning, there were people who were going for the Century, but then by Prime's analysis, they kind of just changed their minds and said, okay, now I'm going for Prime.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
to be fair, you watch Sentry's analysis, and it's like, oh, this dude is like actually kind of like he is basically Marvel Superman. Like
Yeah.
he's kind of insane, and he's got all of this like okay, so he's Superman. If Superman had
A dark side.
dark side, but mind manipulation, soul manipulation, matter manipulation, atom-based regeneration, and then he does kind of struggle with the whole void thing. Oh wait, never mind. They merged together and now they're great now. So
Yeah.
Sure.
On that topic, I will say, I think this is probably some of the best Marvel versus DC analyses they've done to this point.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
they're
agree.
real. Very good, very compelling.
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually appreciated them taking the what I like to call Kamala approach, where they make you think that Sentry is one thing, but then they kind of just pull the rug right from out under you, and then they actually get to talk about the Sentry, because the
Yeah.
Sentry and the Void twist is something that is integral to the character, and I really appreciate that they did it like that. They could have just started off with the Void and Sentry, but the fact that they wanted to go with what Sentry thought was his backstory, as to just using what Sentry's backstory actually is, I thought that was genius on Liam's part.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I think it's a fun way, especially anyone like an outsider going into the episode, like say, oh, you're like, nope, actually, everything you thought you knew about this character is a lie.
a big lie.
A big fat lie.
It's like, yeah, you look at the Sentry, like, and especially like you look at his costume, right? And you think, oh yeah, big golden beacon. He is the superhero. He is Superman. Like, yeah, he's like you look at his like his design, you look at his powers, and you're like, yeah, I mean, this guy, like, he's gold, he's a beacon, he's hope, he's Superman. And then you like he does battle
His
with
name
this,
literally has a fucking S in it too.
yeah, and he does battle against this like, really comical arch nemesis that wears like a trench coat. Like it's a very very classic superhero versus like thug sort of.
Yeah, it's very Golden Age.
Yeah. Like imagine something like Superman versus Lex Luthor if Lex didn't have his war suit, basically.
Yes.
And then you look really into it and you're like, oh wait, they're actually the same person. Like the Void is Bob.
Yes, and real quick, this is a side tangent, just for a minute. everybody keeps calling Sentry Marvel Superman. Look, let us not disrespect the man who is actually like Superman. He literally wears red, white, and fucking blue, and he has the same moral compass and beliefs as Clark Kent. Show some goddamn respect to Captain America, people. And by that, I mean Death Battle, get him back in a damn episode. Son of a bitch. I'm sorry, I had to literally preach for more Cap.
There you
One
go.
day we'll get that Cap run back.
I
Hopefully.
swear to God, only if the first Kamen Rider episode does good, please God.
Mm. We'll see, I guess.
I must selfishly request that we build up to Cap first, though. Please, thank you.
That would be nice, yes. I agree. Look, man, the dude, like, Marvel's actual Superman needs a damn run back. That's all I'm saying.
No, I agree. But I'm willing to wait.
It's been over a decade.
I know, and I started researching Marvel last year. So.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Yeah.
I retract that statement.
He's making that for his own sanity.
Okay.
So.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Well, yeah, it's like I'm Bob in the Void.
Yeah.
Anyway.
On that topic, I do want to say, okay, can I just shout out the actual breakdown? And I know Bro talked about this last time, but the actual breakdown of what the Void is. That might be some of the craziest shit we've ever seen in a Cape Shit episode.
I won't lie, I wasn't quite familiar with him being the Angel of Death, but okay.
Yeah,
the literal fucking Angel of Death. Like, holy crap. And
that kind of flew past my radar a little bit, but all right, I'll accept that.
I mean, as if Bob's life can't suck any harder. Thank you.
Oh yeah, no, Bob's life is a train wreck in the making.
Unfortunately. But honestly, I think that could be said. Like, is it any hyperbole to say that these are probably the new strongest characters that have ever been on Death Battle?
Oh no, absolutely. Like, your biggest takeaway from this episode, should be that both Sentry / Void and Prime are kind of at the top of the most broken characters in not just Death Battle but versus debating in general, because they have these.
There, that's for sure.
I mean, okay, look, I would definitely, when we get to Prime, I would argue Prime has made a case that he is stronger and has surpassed Superman,
Sure.
in more ways than one. So I would agree with ZDogg on that both these two, like, if both of these two were to fight some of the higher tier characters, some would, get more success than the others. But I don't think they're the be-all, end-all. I think that they're at the top. They're right up there with Galactus, Unicron, Darkseid, and Simone the Digger, and obviously Hulk.
Well, I was literally about to mention Hulk because in Sentry's case, he does stalemate the Green Scar Hulk, but then like literally not even a few minutes later, the World Breaker Hulk comes out, and then pretty much everything is screwed.
Which
So
I'm happy to see them get more attention in the Versus community.
I'd hold Hulk to a higher pedestal than Sentry, but
okay, like either way, they're definitely up.
They're definitely up there. Yeah, no, I'll agree with that.
When we get to Prime, I'll basically go off of what you're saying.
And once again, I do want to test Sentry's chances against Superman.
Honestly, I mean, I can see that episode. I know I said this in the previous debate, but actually it could hold more weight after thinking about it. Especially reading what's currently going on with Clark right now. I think there is a case to be made that it can end in a draw between the two characters, or at the bare minimum, it can at least end with the Void taking Clark out.
Yeah,
because really, the Void, they do such a good job of not just hyping up the Void, but also talking about how it's probably the scariest fucking being
Oh,
in
yeah,
all
no.
of comics.
Oh yeah, no, Void's
Yeah,
scary.
no, they definitely showcase how freaking terrifying the Void is, which
Yeah.
good. Yeah, just good.
I mean, as we get further into the episode, I'm starting to think there's got to be a reaction out there where someone's like, man, Marvel held back on the Void a hell of a lot for his live action appearance. I'm like, well, yeah, of course they had to.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't seen much of Thunderbolts, but I've seen the Void. And
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He's pretty scary there too. So.
Oh, he is, and not downplaying it, but just like he. Let me put it to you like this: the moment he comes out, he ain't doing half of the shit that his comic counterpart can do.
Well, no, but nobody in the MCU is.
No.
That's just kind of a given.
Yeah, that's fair. And yeah, I mean, I also just, by the way, real quick, not on tangent, but still in topic. Can I just say the whole segment of them breaking down how Norman motherfucking Osborn wanted to control the Void. So he's like, oh, let's kill his wife, and that'll bring the Void out to our side. You're a dumbass, you know that. Okay, to quote the.
I'm something of a moron,
No. Okay, so this is from the actual comics. When I say this quote, Norman, you are a 50-year-old man, 50 years old. What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't know what was going on. Like, because the thing is about Norman in that moment, he wasn't like, I mean, he's still Norman Osborn, but the whole like Green Goblin thing, like that was like. At that point, the Goblin was kind of like a separate like psyche in Norman's head that he was trying to like fight off. So it wasn't like Norman was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna do this for malicious reasons." Muhahaha.
No, I get it. That is the Goblin more so than Norman.
I mean, I'll grant. I have no idea what Norman himself was thinking. But I don't think he had any disastrous intentions in mind. No, not real. I mean, look. It's just he's kind of an idiot.
Yeah, exactly. Look. He's a lot of things.
He is a lot of things.
Somebody who wants to bring destruction to not just the city, but to the whole goddamn world, that ain't him. But still, nevertheless, I just find it funny that they went on... They managed to tie back this long tangent on how the Void was finally at his strongest after Lori died. I'm sorry, not Lori. Lily died. And by the way, that's not going to be confusing. Both of these two characters have an ex or a significant other that start with the same fucking letter and almost sound alike. So that's lovely. Thank you. But I just find that funny how they tied that back to, he's something of a moron himself. I'm like, this is like, if I had a nickel for every time they kept reusing Spider-Man, Tobey's Spider-Man 1 footage, I would have like 3 fucking nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's just funny they keep doing it.
Oh, you'll probably have a lot more.
Yeah, I know. Also, yay, Norman Osborn mentioned. There you go.
There you go, finally.
Yeah, and it's him wanting to bring out the Void. Yeah, because that's something you want to do.
I mean, it's not. I mean, look, Norman's had stupider decisions, and I mean stupider.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's all forgiven now apparently because apparently now he's Spider-Man. So
yeah, he's currently filling it. Yeah, he's filling in for Peter. Peter's out in space right now, worrying about some fucking disaster like always. And the two protecting New York are currently Eddie, Mary Jane with the Venom symbiote. By the way, Eddie has the Carnage symbiote.
Yeah, Eddie's Carnage.
Eddie is Carnage. Mary Jane is Venom. Paul is dead, by the way. And Norman Osborn is Spider-Man.
I have so many questions, but we can't get into them now.
No.
Apparently Norman's like actually going through like the deepest redemption arc ever at the moment.
Who would have? Well, I mean, we've seen that done before. I mean, give it time.
Well, true, but I mean, like, he turned
Let
like
it stick.
He turned like from Green Goblin to Gold Goblin, and then now he's Spider-Man, and it's like, oh shit, okay, like what is actually happening, Norm?
I don't even think the writers know.
Oh dear.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I would say comic book status quo, but like,
No.
Magneto's hasn't been a villain in ages, so.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't
no,
know.
it's just Marvel being stupid.
I don't know anymore. Anyway, let's talk about Prime.
Yeah. So
well, there's. I want to give one major thing I really like about this out of the way about the
Sure.
analysis. I really appreciate how they subtly break the fourth wall.
yeah,
I think that is a very nice touch. Like I know we mentioned last time, I'm pretty sure we did, about like not wanting him to be like a full-on Deadpool, which to be fair, in the analyses he's not. And
Yeah.
oh,
he's not that way until the very end. But no, I
which
just
I will
think
get to.
Couldn't
yeah.
escape it
but
for
no,
very long.
Yeah, but no, I just think the way they do it, like, it's subtle, it's a blinky, and you miss it. Like, you think that he's actually heard of us, and then the panel's like, "Oh yes, I have."
Yeah,
And
so I
freaking
do want to address
later-
that real quick. You
Okay.
are right. I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish.
I was gonna say, and then later, like when they talk about fanboys, has a little thing about freaking.
They talk
Bill.
about
Yeah,
They talk
That
about
is
him
a
posting on their
freaking
Reddit.
yeah. So I
That
do
is
want to
pretty
say,
funny.
I think this is probably the best use of a fourth wall character we've had to date. And now, granted, that's not saying much because we've had plenty of fourth wall breaking characters on here, and it's always tricky on how they're going to write them. But I love that they actually took the smarter approach and they just decided, okay, we're going to have Prime be a presence in this analysis where we'll offhandedly mention you think he's heard of us or if he's on our Reddit, and Prime himself saying, "Oh, I've heard of you, and yes, I am posting on the Reddit." I do appreciate that they held back on Prime's fourth wall awareness in this, which also, to be fair, ironically, Prime may seem like a fourth wall breaker, but he's technically not. He's just somebody who knows it. He's just in a universe where the comics are,
Or
real.
comics.
Yeah, so technically it's not fourth wall breaking as much
It's
it is.
meta.
Yeah, it's just meta. It's meta commentary.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate
Clark's
it.
Clark's whole story is basically, what if Superman was real?
Yes, so, which by the way, I owe BrobusCast an apology, and I've used up my favor card for the year, so I do want to say, as somebody who passionately glazed him up the last time in an unconventional matter, I do want to say that I knew the episode's analyses was going to have to, well, for lack of a better word, they were going to have to keep some things shortened, and they were going to have to do it in a specific order, because I don't know, there were some things I personally wouldn't have done with his analyses, especially when it came to well, for one thing, Wiz just calling him a fucking moron. I'm like, geez Louise, we haven't heard Wiz insult a character in so long.
I mean,
I just find...
Can you blame him?
I think at this point, Wiz has had enough of these fourth wall breakers, quote unquote.
That's probably true, yeah.
Yeah, but I do appreciate how, again, very much like Century, they do start off with it just being, look, what if Superman was real and he was in our world? And then they kind of just go off from there.
Yeah, it's like, what if Superman was real, and what if he was a freaking psychopath?
Well, man, like,
obviously they talk about how he's like evolved over time and how he's now becoming someone that could actually be Superman.
Yes, and
I do like that, But don't deny that most of his history is him being freaking, like, off the rails.
No, and that's what I was just gonna say. It's like, so, again, very much, this is kind of the path I wish they would have taken, Liam personally would have wrote, is Prime is an example of, do we really have control of our actions, or is there some greater entity out there that is kind of making us do these things we don't want to do because it's just how everything works? Because again, Prime is a case of he ironically thought he was a real person, but turns out he is a comic book character, but he's a comic book character within a DC version of the real world, which is our world, and DC themselves have basically been ruining this guy's life for the better part of the early 2000s, and it kind of just makes you question, do you think Deadpool can be the same? No, of course not. Deadpool was an assassin, but he doesn't ever talk about that. Like, he doesn't ever talk about being a Deathstroke assassin, where he just killed people because he was a hired goon. Prime serves as an actual new tale of, hey, just remember something. Even if you hate the villain, always remember, you gotta ask yourself, is it because the villain is like this in their universe, or is it because that's what the writer wants you to believe?
Yeah.
Also, real quick, funny enough, Prime actually, I'm going to be bringing up the modern comics a lot, which they are very good reads. Joshua Williamson does a fantastic job with Prime. Prime does not deny what he did. He still openly denies that he is not innocent, but he isn't afraid to admit that it was wrong, and he is trying to be better. And I do like that the episode is sprinkling in how, okay, you see him at his highest when he assists in the crises, and then you see him at his lowest, which is when he did a lot of terrible, and I mean terrible shit, that ultimately kind of made him an early 2000s meme. Then for him to go on and...
I'll kill you to death.
Yes, I'll kill you! I'll kill you to death! Yeah, that. And then, as it went on, he was kind of just, okay, he's a blunt instrument that very much has the mindset of, I want my world back. These are not the heroes I grew up with. I want the world to be like how I read it as a comic. Like, he's a fanboy. He's a naive fanboy who wants certain things to operate how he remembers them. And you know, there is a little bit of pity there, that you feel bad for the poor bastard. But at the same time, Jeff Johns, Paul Dini, and the rest of DC editorial back then really went out of their way to just be like, look, we need to make this guy a huge fucking despicable character, like, and whiny. He really is what if Anakin Skywalker and Superman were a whiny little shit baby.
Yeah. It's like, how do we make it, like, yeah, like, I can agree that maybe there is a sense of pity there, but then when it goes ahead and murders Golden Age Superman, and I'm like, okay, yeah, no.
That's the thing. He's murdered a lot of people. Like, and again, he admits it. He feels regret, guilt, and he hates that he did that. And to this day, it is somewhat implied that he really didn't have any control over that. It was the DC universe, as it was then, kind of conforming him to act like a gray character, like a villain. And again, he killed Golden Age Superman. He killed a couple of Titans. He killed a Guardian. He almost killed
the Guardians are
mainline
assholes,
Superman.
So.
Yeah, well, they're little blue assholes. So that was one.
Mm-hmm.
But throughout all of that, again, this all goes back to, and what I love about Oh yeah, that too. Yes, and most importantly, he killed Connor Khan. Which, man, thank God Tim Drake was not there, because Tim Drake would have just gotten a kryptonite bow staff and started beating the shit out of him.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, nobody kills nobody kills Tim Drake's best friend and brother. Fucking asshole. But again, Prime. This analysis does kind of hint that, you know what? Maybe throughout all this, maybe Prime was always meant to be Superman. Maybe he was meant to be a new his own version of Superman. It's just, unfortunately, he had to go through a horrible villain arc that lasted until the Darkest Night conclusion to finally be the Superman that he always knew he wanted to be, and the one that Clark and Cal of Earth 2 believed he could be.
I mean, to be fair, like, okay, I'm not defending all of his actions, obviously.
No,
but
neither am I.
Yeah.
With how much trauma he had to endure, like,
Oh,
you know,
sure. Yeah, yeah.
having to have his world, like, see his world erased in front of his eyes, like, you know, obviously,
and then he gets it back, and everybody hates him.
Yeah, no, because, okay, again, this is why the Anakin Skywalker comparison is very appropriate, is Brian went down this path. He didn't go down this path in the first place. He didn't Injustice Superman this shit immediately. No, he actually had a kind of bittersweet ending where him, Earth 2 Superman's wife, and Earth 3 Alexander Luthor Jr. all willingly trapped themselves in a pocket dimension where they could just watch and observe the new DC multiverse. And then, understandably, because again, this is what Prime is a commentary of, all of them did not like how the DC universe was changing. It was no longer just about, hey, bad guys show up, good guys come in, punch them out, throw them in jail, save the day. It's all smiles, rainbows, and sunshine, and then we do the whole fucking thing all over again.
It's a classic, like, Saturday morning cartoon sort of.
Yes,
vibe.
exactly. And Prime, and understandably, Prime obviously comes from a world where that was the stuff that he got into, because comic books literally are part of his character. They dictated how he wanted to be as a person. There is a reason he is called Clark Kent, after all. But I mean, also too, I gotta say, yeah, no, I'm not defending the shit he did either, because no, he did a lot of horrible stuff. But yes, when you really realistically think about it, he just got his powers. He just got the love of his life, his crush, his only childhood best friend, to confirm to him that she had feelings for him too.
And then they all die.
And then his parents, his girlfriend, everything he ever knew died. And all he could do was just sit back and watch. I'm sorry. All he could do was just sit back and watch as this universe that he saved is now kind of becoming a little bit more gray. There is no good guys and bad guys anymore.
Yeah, like I said, like, you know, it's not excusable, but it's completely understandable in my eyes. I think
this had to happen to someone who never got the chance to grow up, and B, really just does not like change. Like can't stand it.
And
it's like, hey, it turns out the world is not the bright and colorful, good guys beat bad guys and save the world sort of that's not what this is. That's not what this world is. And he just couldn't accept that.
No, and it drove him mad. And that, again, that's understandable. It's not excusable, but it's understandable because, once again, I can't repeat it enough. What is that? That really makes you think now. It's like, Prime is actually the only character in DC Comics that actually has an understandable motive. He wasn't born like this. He didn't choose to become like this. No, he in the Blackest Night, in the Blackest Night event, he finally comes to terms with he is not his own being anymore. He was never a real person. He was just a drawing that is dictated by two or multiple writers to decide what his course of action should be. And the writers of that time thought he needs to be a villain. But then they just decided, well, hold on. What if we do this interesting meta commentary where what if there is a silver beacon of hope inside of him, but he's just now no longer numb. He's just no longer capable until a literal fucking crisis comes and forces him to finally show that, okay, fuck DC, fuck their writers, and fuck everyone who ever made fun of me. I'm going to finally be the Superman I knew I always could be, and nobody, by the end of this, is going to even remember I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a very good. It is. It's a very good analysis, and there is a panel. The fact that they were using modern Joshua Williamson's run, which again, highly recommend anybody go check out, because there are really great introspective moments where Prime is just so scared that he will fall back into that pattern, into that villain role, because it's what the entire Justice League wants him to do. They're preparing for him to fall back into that. But the only 3 people who know he's not like that, or in this case 6 people, are Clark, Lois, Mr. Terrific, to some extent, and John and Martha Kent. So, you know, again, like, just to tie it all up, as somebody who has been reading his current run, he has proved, he finally has now gotten the love and respect he deserves, which is very satisfying to me, because this is the Prime I always wanted. I did not want a killer fanboy. I wanted a new Superman. Yeah. I wanted a real Superman, Superboy Prime, who will eventually earn the title of Superman. And I will say, as his run is coming to an end, the fans have actually now loved him. We now live in a decade where Superboy Prime is a lovable character. Yeah, no, he's not only a lovable character, he's not only probably the best character that Joshua Williamson has ever fucking written at his time in DC for doing the Superman run for over 2 years, but he's also now he's kind of now a small media hit, because his comics are selling out, and there is potential and teases for him to keep going. So that's kind of what I was excited for this death battle to talk about. And I do appreciate that by the end they're like, yeah, this is the Superman that he always knew he could be, just like when he first believed he could fly.
Yeah.
Which is a very, very good ending note on the
the motion comic work on Twink Superboy is very great.
Yeah, no, Max absolutely cooked this time.
Yeah. That looks freaking cool.
Like,
it does.
Like, Max cooking, that's like, water's wet, we all know that. But like, this is a match where like neither of them have much in terms of like mainstream media. It's just comics.
Yes.
So I think even on one of the casts was like, all right, there's gonna be a lot to do here, so don't push yourself too far. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll put in like maybe like 5 motion panels, and then he just was like, nah.
No, and I do appreciate that, because as somebody who has his own version of these motion panels, especially for Superboy Prime's debut, new #1, kind of, it is so surreal to see to see those in action. And again, this is the Prime that I want people to check out. I mean, you don't have to go back and read the terrible stuff he did, because that's the thing. It's kind of DC at that time just being, oh well, The Boys is currently going on right now in comics. Deadpool, all that. It was DC trying to be shocking for the sake of it, and they wanted Prime himself to be a proxy of that. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Prime's analysis is everything I could have ever wanted in a DC analysis, and it just it's probably one of my favorites currently right now, which isn't saying a lot because the only DC character we have is both Prime and Kyle in the independent era.
Yeah.
No, I definitely did sell me more on Prime as a character, and very well told. The story was very well told and all that. Yep, everything was. Yep.
Yes.
Editing was great. All that stuff. Good shit. I like.
Yes.
It is kind of crazy how we now live in a time when people actually give a shit about Superboy Prime.
Yeah, no, it is. It's like Prime.
I remember so long ago, well, not even that long ago. Their comment in his analysis, like he wasn't even a super villain that people liked. That's true, because nobody liked this guy.
No, he was the Batman who laughs before the Batman who laughs.
Yeah.
And which, by the way, side note, we finally get a shout out to, unfortunately, The Darkest Night, but we also get Perpetua, which I forgot to talk about at that time, and also we get our first Dr. Manhattan name drop.
It is. Wow.
I doubt.
As far as I can recall. If I'm wrong, that's fine. I'm wrong, but nevertheless,
it's obviously rare enough that it's still kind of surprising.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And again, bro's right. We are living in a crazy time where Prime essentially is getting a happy ending. Like he's finally proving himself. He's holding on to hope that he will continue to be a good person, because he wants to be like Superman, and when Superman has such enormous faith in you, it does kind of give you this strength to where you have to keep proving to people that you are not who they think you are. Like, yes, you did some horrible things. Yes, you did mistakes. And Prime can also just be a commentary on, look at people who have been redeemed in real life, who have done terrible things, but they're trying to be better people, and the world we live in just won't let them forget who they were, and they have to be strong to not fall back into those trappings of proving everybody right.
Yeah. So should we talk about the fight now?
Yeah, I was gonna say, but holy shit, that fight animation though.
This is really cool.
It's cool.
That's an understatement. That is an understatement. This is, I think Bro said it in his reaction, but this might be my favorite sprite fight they've ever done.
It's definitely up there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because this is good shit.
Yeah. Although, let's get the obvious nitpick out of the way and criticism, because it's my criticism. Yes, the fight does not clock in at exactly 4 minutes, so it does kind of feel like it goes a little bit fast, but I'm okay with that.
Meh.
I think, honestly, I was kind of bothered by it at first, but I think the more I think about it, the more I'm like, it's more of a character piece rather than
the action comes second, but it's more about the action is just a cover for the character piece going on.
I was gonna say because a lot of the main like fisticuffs brawling comes in obviously at the first half, which
Yeah.
is good.
Yeah.
It's very solid stuff. But after Void comes out, we'll get there. Like not as many hits come out, but it's still
No.
that's where the big character stuff comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
because I mean, look, they themselves say it. This is a flying brick fight, so they're gonna do the things you would expect them to do. Prime is gonna use his powers. Sentry's gonna use his variety of powers. They're gonna punch each other. There are gonna be some laugh out loud moments, but really, at the end of the day, that's just
Prime's
all
gonna bring
window
in
dressing.
Thomas the Tank Engine for some reason.
Yeah, Thomas the Thomas the fucking which technically it's not Thomas the Tank Engine, but technically who gives a shit?
Whatever.
I think it's the same model, Thomas.
It is.
Yeah, it is the
Yeah.
same. It's literally the same make and model and color scheme.
It just doesn't have his face, so no.
Well, good. I don't want to see his face.
Yeah.
Oh God, it scares me. But anyway, one thing they do that I actually didn't expect them to do. I do like how Century does his whole a million exploding suns bit, and
he says it in every comic he's ever in, so that doesn't.
Yeah.
That didn't surprise
so
me.
that's on point. That's on point. Good job, Liam. But also something I didn't even take into consideration, because I did say this the last time, but I never thought it could be applicable, is Prime, just absorbing that energy, which honestly I couldn't even tell you 100% if that would have been applicable, because I mean, he was able to absorb one of the Guardians destroying him and keep his energy stored up to give him power boost. So I didn't think that him tanking and absorbing Sentry's whole sun attack would have been something he could have reasonably have done. But hey, kudos for doing it.
I think it's just it's just a commentary about Kryptonians being powered by solar energy. So like, okay, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. It probably is. I'm not entirely sure if the Sentry's energy is actually solar based, but at the same time, who cares?
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also we get the prime time, baby.
Yep, I had to get it.
I do kind of like. I'll go more into this one as we go further into the fight, but the fight starts and you get like the more like perceived version of both of these guys. Like Sentry is like the golden guardian of good. Like he is the superhero. Whereas Prime is kind of like, he's not like as bloodthirsty and psychotic as he was in the comics, but like you can still kind of tell there's like inklings of it there, right? Like he's still like he's supposed to be Superman, yet here he is actively saying he's gonna murder somebody, even though they're on their knees begging him not to.
Okay.
He literally does the "I'll kill you to death" with the little
yes
nod.
But here's my thing. Okay, so something I didn't think about, and I'm gonna kind of pull this pin out. When we were talking about the fourth wall awareness or the meta awareness for Prime in his analyses, that still continues to build here, because this is from watching Nemesis Blood Rain's review for this episode. He brought up an interesting point that I didn't think about, but there are some things I personally see differently. But I do kind of agree with him that for all intents and purposes, Prime knows this is a death battle. He knows that he is fighting for Wiz and Boomstick's entertainment, and
he literally calls it a
entertainment.
superhero crossover.
Yes, he knows. He's aware of the joke immediately, and the way he's communicating and interacting with Sentry, he's basically just playing it up. Because he knows nothing of consequence is really gonna happen. He
Yeah.
is under a belief that, okay, look, I'm here. They expect me to do the dance. I'm gonna do the dance, but I'm not. I'm gonna show them I know their game. I know they're pulling the strings. So it's literally him with no consequence. He thinks there are no consequences for what's about to happen when he fights Sentry.
Brother, imagine if he had this attitude the whole fight and lost.
Yeah, no. Which again, that's a potential double-edged blade. You're right. It's like if he had lost, then yeah, this would have been because again, he's not going all out. He's literally doing what they're expecting him to do. So when you go back and you see the scene of him just saying, "I'll kill you to death," he literally winks at the audience and he says it. I know, I love that too. That like you finally made the line funny. Like not even you made it charming, you made it funny, you made it just nonchalant. Oh man, it's not whiny. It's fucking beautiful. It is. It's beautiful. But when he says that, he's literally winking at the camera, like, "Look, guys, I know this isn't real. I know what's going on. And how fitting is it that the last episode had two characters that were also in on the joke, and one of them had to die, but we have another character that also knows what's going on." But it's against a character that doesn't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So I really do like how they play up, oh yeah, Prime does not give a shit. Like, he is treating this as nonchalantly as possible. He's going along with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the Void comes out and all hell breaks loose.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right, here we go.
I want to say this. Okay, well, first of all, I want to comment on something that I wanted to. Two things actually before the Void. I think Void essentially using the daily planet as an attack that was fun.
Oh yeah, no, that was good. Hello, hello Metropolis again.
Hello Metropolis. Yeah, that's a fun use of setting. I like that. And also, a cheeky reference to I think Goku Superman 1, like right before the transformation, the spinning around.
Well,
cool.
Yeah. Well, also, I mean,
I don't know how intentional it was, but.
Well, I was also going to say, to piggyback off of Goku vs. Superman 1, you can kind of look at its prime time and then Sentry just saying, "It's what?" That kind of can be seen as a cheeky little reference or updated version of Kaioken. Kyle, what?
There you go. Yeah, it's a fun little thing. I like it. But no, okay.
The Void.
Honestly, Void might have my favorite transformation in Death Battle.
Oh no, absolutely.
Okay, it's at least up there because holy shit.
Okay.
Freaking,
look, there's a lot to go through. There is. I mean, okay. I'm sorry.
But,
there is a lot to compare it to. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh yeah. Okay. But maybe not my favorite. It's up there as like one of the best ones in my opinion.
It's in my top 5 for sure.
Like piggybacking off the whole the funny nod, but also Sentry is literally begging for his life essentially on his knees. But then
and he's bloodied up in the face, and he's literally telling Prime, "Please, for the love of God, stop hitting me, or he'll kill you." And again, Sentry realizes Sentry's the only one in on it that knows. Look, if something happens, I'm basically not going to be able to control it. But Prime again, he knows he's in a death battle, and he knows none of this shit is even going to matter in the end, and that's why he doesn't listen to him. And as soon as the Void comes out, Prime is like, "Oh crap, he was not lying."
Which fucking hell, like
what the hell did I do?
Oh man, no, Liam, Liam, you sick bastard. I love it. This straight up gave me Rooster Teeth, this gave me, I'm sorry, not Rooster Teeth, this gave me season 2 vibes with how horrific it is. Like, holy shit.
Like, he freaking essentially, like, Void essentially ripped himself out of Bob Like
Yeah,
freaking
and
turning, fucking makes him explode, and then freaking the shot of him eclipsing the sun.
okay,
with the
so
five
yeah,
eyes.
so okay, I want to
We-
break down this scene.
Okay.
I want to break down this
Okay.
scene. I want to break down this scene.
We need to talk about Levi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Which, by the way, also on that note, ZDogg and I called it.
Yep.
Leviathan is back, and
Leviathan.
oh, sorry, I'll say Levi. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Levi.
We'll just call him
Anyway,
Levi.
yeah, Levi is back, and like ZDogg and I predicted, the Void is entirely rotoscoped, meaning that it's Levi in a studio. He actually released the video showing how he
literal-
did this.
A literal
Madman.
white void.
A literal white void. God, it couldn't be more ironic, or poetic for that matter. He's literally in a white void studio, and he's miming out everything. So when the void is doing things on screen, that's Levi doing it, but he's obviously rotoscoping himself out, and he's literally putting a black void around his body.
God, it just looks so freaking cool.
This
Like
this
that.
is this is Death Battle. This is Death Battle's first ever rotoscope animation, and I fucking love it.
I was gonna say, like, they hit it out of the park for their first attempt.
Yeah,
Like,
because
like it especially, I think there's no other better like test they could have done it on.
no,
Because like they obviously with the void, you want to make it like, you know, as horrifying and otherworldly as possible.
yeah.
And yeah,
Yeah.
they definitely succeeded.
For
on
all
that,
for all intents and purposes, going back to the Void's introduction on the analysis side, you really feel like this thing is the angel of fucking darkness. Like, it is a literal god that is only purpose is to wreck shit, cause destruction, havoc, chaos, all while being the most troll, petty little asshole. It's so beautiful.
One thing I do love, because I know a lot of it is like inspired by his appearance in Thunderbolts.
Yes, which I think was the best choice.
Yeah.
Because
like the thing about the Void in the comics, and we see some of it in Sentry's rundown. The Void's appearance in the comics, it does have the same sort of like scratchy red outline that it does in the fight, but it's more demonic looking. And that's like all well and good, and like it works for the comics. I think like if you really want to sell the sheer like terror of what the Void is, I think portraying it as a humanoid figure was definitely the better way to go, because it also serves as a reminder that this is still Bob. Like it's not a demon possessing Bob, it's Bob.
Yeah. Well, also, what I want to say is that what I want to say is it's so smooth because again, it's very much like it's literally like a fucked up werewolf transformation where modern werewolf transformations are the wolf tearing off the human skin and emerging from within. I love that approach that Levi and Liam came up with. It's like, okay, the Void is essentially just going to pull Bob apart like a literal fucking suit. And it's also just very terrifying because it's juxtaposed to, okay, you have this beautiful, bloody, gruesome hand-drawn shot of Bob impaled and in pain, and then all of a sudden you see his skin come off, you see his skeleton be split in half, and all of a sudden here's the Void.
Yep, freaking eclipsing the sun.
Yeah, literally eclipses the whole sun. And then the first thing this dude does is, oh, I'm just gonna pull it. You see this planet here? I'm gonna just pull that, and then I'm gonna grab Earth, and then I'm just gonna mash them together.
Mashing comic or plate smashing toys together.
Yeah, he's literally acting like a fucking child, smashing his action figures together.
Yeah.
And again, by the way, I popped off when every other reactor got to this. Like everybody when Prime literally has to leg press that planet from colliding on top of him. It's like holy. Like, look, we know Superman is ungodly strong. We know what this guy is capable of. So, but here's the interesting thing. Superboy Prime is doing things that we've been told Clark can do them, but he never does because he's never put in a situation where he has to do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of things Clark can do, I mean, main Clark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
Fuck yeah! Oh my God!
let's just straight
fucking-
up, reference the breaking the bonds of infinity. Like you do.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it
you do.
becomes
Yeah.
so bad.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I also love. Can I just say I don't know if it'll bother some people. But I like that the Void crashing together the two planets, and Prime flying off as this beam of light. I like how this action sequence is so intense, it's kind of messing with the frame rate. Like, you could see everything slow down because it's kind of hard to imagine what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
And then,
that
and then, the third act. Holy crap, this fucking climax.
Yeah, freaking
Okay.
starting with
first-
the Void,
Okay,
literally.
first of all, hold on. Yeah, can we talk about how the whole bonds of infinity thing? That's neat and all, and then the Void just like makes it start
Void literally-
oozing like a symbiote. It's like, huh?
Yeah, he oozes
Like-
through infinity and he breaks it.
Like, that is horrifying.
Yeah, and
That's
again, I like that. It's like Prime is
Yeah.
just thinking, okay, so and again, I love Prime's thought process. He's like, okay, you weren't joking, so this is evolved into a crisis threat, but that's okay. I can do that. And then again,
Nope.
he's literally flying out of infinity and into this again white void because he needs time to formulate how to take or handle the situation. But the void is like, no, where do you think you're going?
Yeah, freaking all engulfs them into the darkness of the Void. Which,
Get back here, you brat!
Gotta say, freaking ballsy move using that as the very opening shot for the fight.
I was
preview.
gonna say
Yeah.
too, yeah.
What the hell?
Oh,
Like,
that's
is-
one way to do it.
I'm cool with it. It's a cool shot, but like,
I mean, to be fair,
that's the
They
impression of the
reuse the opening animation a lot during the ad space, so I get why they had to do that.
I mean, to be fair, I don't know what you could have pulled from the Sentries part that would have worked, but
No, I mean,
that-
the only other alternative I could have seen them doing is just when Prime powers up and he just says it's Prime time, and then he hits Sentry, and then you just have the fight.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe.
For the record, I'm not complaining at all. It's
Oh,
just
No,
that's
it
a very
worked.
intense shot to open the episode with for the
Yeah,
preview.
no, they knew what they were fucking doing.
and then I love how this is something I was wanting out of this fight is the Void. Like, he's freaking terrifying, but he's also just this master shit talker.
Yeah.
I love-
okay.
I already,
Also,
hold on. I already love
No.
in the analysis they have that comic panel I mentioned last time. It's like, hey, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't I kill you already? And now in the fight, it's like, hey, remind me again. Whatever happened to Lori?
Yeah, I love that. And again, I love that. So okay, this climax is literally taking place in a white void out of infinity, but now it's kind of taking place because this is how I interpret it. And again, this is what I love about this animation. There's a lot of ways you can interpret it. It's not so clear cut, but how I interpret it is, okay, so obviously white void, that's what's happening in the real world right now. As soon as the actual void shows up, when he swallows CK, he is now inside CK's mind. Like the entire last act is happening in Clark's mind, not in the actual, real world. Because then how else would he be able to get the whole, remind me again what happened to Lori info out of him, unless the Void can just read minds automatically. This is how I interpret it, at least. Like, the final battle is literally taking place inside Clark's own mind, and that's what makes the Void's taunts hurt and trigger him even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about trigger, Clark was running out of control.
Yes.
Like, this dude, like, they say into the post analysis he has a habit of crashing out. Yeah, no, I think that qualifies.
Okay, I'm gonna get into that later because, man, it is a shame they couldn't talk about this because I just reread issue 37, which kind of proves something that's going to be brought up earlier, but that's later on. I'm going to put a pin in that. Okay. But anyway, yeah, I do love how, okay, look, this is a valid crash out because, again, the Void is literally trying to psychologically torture Clark, and Clark is just fighting back. And, again, as if the Void was not a scary and petty bastard enough. Now the dude just is like, oh, you're gonna incinerate me with your little laser eyes. Well, guess what? I can regenerate. So excuse me while I aura farm you. Now I'm gonna take your armor away.
Yeah, freaking what?
He just tanks the heat vision like it's nothing. It's like you
solar flare and then. Like it's nothing.
Yeah, no, like, but here's the interesting thing, and once again, I'm gonna reference Nemesis's video, and by the way, there you go, ZDogg. We finally got to see the armor come off, and man, oh my God, we haven't talked about these sprites enough. Kudos to the sprite team, because good lord. There are literally details on these sprites that they haven't done before, especially going back to the fight of Metropolis, where Bill referenced this on the lads, where you can actually see the sunlight and the lighting reflect off of the goddamn sprites. Why did they do that? Because they just felt like it. Who cares? It's fucking awesome. But what I love is that, okay, literally after the tendrils have ensnared Clark, that's when the Void is like, all right, Bob, tag in. And for literally a short, brief moment, we finally get to see the Merge Century. And at this point, it's like, okay, well, what do you do with him? Because literally, it's like BrobusCast said, Bob is literally playing the golden hero. The Void is literally the angel of motherfucking darkness and the most pettiest of assholes. And
now
so
we
what
have
do we do
Bob
with
himself?
But then what do we do with Merge Century? Oh, that's easy. Have Merge Century just be like, look, Clark, it's over. There is no happy ending. Not for you, not for me, not for anybody here. And I just love that. Oh my God, it's like again, gonna get into the voice acting, but it almost makes me think, okay, again, nuance. Is this Bob talking, or is this the Void projecting through Bob?
Yes.
Like, I love that okay, yes, fair enough. But I love that little detail of Bob just, again, it's the illusion that he's in control, but you kind of have to second guess it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier about like how they present them as characters, because like the beginning of the fight is very much the perceived version of these characters. You know, you have Sentry being like your very typical superhero, Clark being kind of crazy, not like super crazy, but he's not.
He's getting there. Yeah, he's getting there. He's improving.
Yeah, he's still got some issues though.
And
then like as the fight progresses, you see them for who they really are.
Yes.
Like you see, like obviously the Void is one thing, but once Merge Century comes out, that's basically just Bob.
Yes. Which okay.
Like Bob notes, like he's basically like saying like, dude, look, take it from me, someone who's like lived this life, dude. There's nothing worth it about there's nothing worth here. Like you're not you're not getting a happy ending. I'm not getting a happy ending.
The only one who is the Void.
Yeah. Like the merge century is like it is technically Bob in control of his life, but it is still kind of him just giving up.
Yeah, it's meant to show this is literally, ironically, what is supposed to be a merging of two beings ends up feeling like one defeated person.
Yeah. And that's why merge century in the comics is kind of an asshole.
Yeah. Which I love that they didn't take, because again, they kept the asshole traits to specifically the Void, but when Merge Century does come out, again, he's very defeated. He sounds like, look, this is literally, this is what life has gotten us, and your best bet right now is to just let this happen.
Yeah.
And very much like Darth Vader and interestingly enough, Darth Vader's last fight, where he where briefly you saw the person he used to be. Here, it's like they took that and just kind of turned it up, but for both characters, because BrobusCast kind of hit the nail on the head in a subtle way that we're no longer seeing Superboy Prime fight the Century or the Void anymore. No, we're kind of seeing Clark and Bob at two low points in their life, and Bob is just telling him, look, you need to accept it. You're not getting what you want. And what does Superboy Prime want? He wants to be acknowledged. He wants to be a good person. Yeah, he wants to be Superman. He wants to be a good person. And again, this is where I'm going to pull this pin out on the Nemesis reference again. Nemesis interpret this as Bob insulting Clark over insulting him and comic books with this scene. I disagree. I view this as, look, Bob is literally telling Prime, or Clark in this case, there is no happy ending for both of us. Yeah. And Clark is when, and this is what I love, this shot of him just saying, haven't you ever read a comic book, you freaking nerd? And then my favorite Death Battle quote, probably my new favorite Death Battle quote, period, is, there's always a happy ending. Okay, Nemesis, as I said, interprets this as Superboy going to give give Century the happy ending, whether he likes it or not. I do not agree with that.
I'm almost there.
Yeah, I'm almost there, but here's how I saw it. And again, it helps that this is why I reread the comics. This is why I have watched this episode, I'm not joking, 30 goddamn times over and over again in the span of 2 weeks, is because I have been dissecting this line. I have been going through a little bit of personal tragedies and stuff here and there that these guys know about. Not going to bring it up here, but I always looked back and put this episode on because that line is hitting me in a different light. It's not Clark telling him, I'm going to give you the happy ending whether you like it or not. No, he's proving him wrong because he's going to show him that I did get my happy ending and you will too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically like the way I saw it is like, again, going to what I was saying before, like Sentry or Bob being like, dude, there is no happy ending, just give up. Clark's like, nah. Like we go from like Sentry versus Super Mary Sue Prime to the Void, and now we're getting Bob himself, and then Clark kind of turns into Superman.
Yes.
Like he performs probably like I think at this point he's kind of realized what the Void is and what it's doing to Bob. So it's like, all right, fine. If you've given up, I'll help you myself.
Yes, it's literally it's okay. It's very much like when Etsuo reached out to Magneto for help, and Magneto finally did him in, not because he wanted to kill him, but because he wanted to help him. It's kind of giving off energies like that here, but also again, if you read Prime's, I can't stress this enough. If you read both Prime and Sentry's comics, that line that of him saying there's always a happy ending, that whole line is completely recontextualized after you read both their comics, because again, one believes there is no happy ending and the other one believes yes there is. I should know. I got my happy ending, and like BrobusCast said, I'm in this moment I am Superman. I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you your happy ending, not because you're evil, but because you're lost. You're broken. And again, it's kind of okay. Again, this is what I'm talking about. It's so simple, but you can literally extrapolate a ton of meanings from just that sentence. Prime is probably just telling Sentry that, look, I know you're broken because I was broken too, and that's where you're wrong. Broken people can be healed, and I'll show you. It's literally him doing the and again, BrobusCast is right. He is doing the most Superman thing that, ironically, Superman hasn't gotten to do in his death battles.
Yeah. Like he's basically doing the most Superman thing he's probably ever done.
Yes, and that does kind of show you why, as of this moment in real life, Prime is doing a great job at actually showing and proving he can be Superman. He can earn that title. He can earn that redemption. And if he can do it, then in his own mind at this point, eliminating him knowing he's in a death battle, or no, not even eliminating because it still plays a factor, he's basically, another way I saw somebody interpret this is Prime is essentially giving the biggest fuck you to Wiz and Boomstick by not giving them what they
not
want.
Not giving them a death.
Not giving them a death. No, well, yeah, he's literally he's doing what they didn't want, and it's like, holy shit, that's right.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the Void.
Yeah, that's not entirely true. The Void does die.
Yeah, the Void. Yes, and again, there is a death.
There is a death.
Well, really, yes, really, it's both the Void and the Sentry. They both die, but Bob doesn't.
No, yes, and what I love. Okay, so the actual retcon punch. Okay, all right, Liam, please stop referencing Simone versus Kyle, please, for the love of God. You look. All right, fine. You look. Fine, Liam. You want God. You want the God's honest truth. Here's the God's honest truth. I think this is better than Simone versus Kyle in terms of what it's actually doing. There. Are you happy, Liam? Doesn't help that it's literally set up the same. And funny enough, again, we never talk about sound design for these episodes, but when Sentry is getting punched, you actually hear the same sound effect of him being retconned that Silver went through when he was hit by the key sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. I recognize that sound effect. That's how many times I know Trunks versus Silver. Like, literally, it's the same sound effect. So Liam was like, I'm just going to do Simone versus Kyle and Trunks versus Silver in this climax. Like, damn it, Liam, you son of a bitch. It's beautiful.
Hey, it works. It's effective.
it is effective. And again, I love that. Okay, this kind of proves my point, is that Prime literally can use the retcon punch anywhere, whether it's in his mind or outside of his mind. Although, for the purposes of this, I'm pretty sure that we can look at it like it has to take place outside of his mind. But whatever the case may be, I do love how, you see the different centuries flash by, and you see the Void trying to fight it. Like, the Void is actually trying to resist it, but in the end, he can't. And yeah, I love that it's the Sentry and Void that die, but not Bob. Which probably leads to the best epilogue shot ever in Death
Wow.
Battle. I'm saying that right now.
Yeah, I fucking love this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bob literally wakes up. Lindy is alive, sleeping next to him, and for all the Kira
Okay.
Armstrongs out there, get your goddamn mind out of the gutter. That's his damn knee, and shut up.
Okay. To be fair to the whole Wendy's alive thing, she is alive in the comics currently, so
Well, okay, no, I forgot about that, but I'm just speaking, generally.
I don't know how. Don't ask me how, but she is alive.
Okay, well then there you go. Well, taking that back, Lindy is right there. That's his knee. End of discussion. And I do love how there you go. He got his happy ending. He won't remember it, but he got it.
Wait,
And
did people actually, or is it just Kier? Did someone actually think that was?
yes. Almost every reaction, yes. They all thought it.
Okay.
I-
Anyway.
I hate people
Yeah,
sometimes.
Yeah, me too. But in any event, hell, even oh god, I can't imagine what this episode's live chat looked like for this moment.
God. Anyway.
Yes. Anyway, but also, okay. Again, talking about layers, I like to think that Bob was actually dreaming, like not dreaming in the sense that the whole fight was a dream. No. In his mind, it was just a dream that he had when he was asleep. Like it was something that maybe did happen, but it's still in his subconscious and it's still playing. So basically, in this exact moment, his subconscious had a memory of him being the Void Sentry, and he had this nightmare, but then he wakes up and he's okay now.
Yeah.
No, that works.
Yeah, and again, literally the best ending is just the comic book panels, and I'm closing the page on the final adventures of the Sentry.
I love the cover art, by the way.
Yeah, me too. Great job. Put that on a
Yeah.
shirt. Put that on a fucking shirt. Come on. Put it on a shirt, guys.
And then he just says, "Crisis averted." Like,
Yeah.
that nice one. Like, man,
And the way he says it too, like he's not saying it with any sarcasm or bite. No, he's genuinely saying, "Look, the situation's been dealt with," and he's giving that classic Superman smile and charm.
there you go. Yeah, man. Like, I don't know how about you guys, but I think this is one of the most emotionally effective endings.
Oh,
of
yeah.
the show. Like freaking, like, yeah, like I obviously I'm not as familiar with Sentry, but just learning about him in the lead up and like hearing an analysis, all this shit happened to him, then the fight.
Oh yeah, Bob's life
it's-
sucks.
Like,
Yeah.
learning how much Bob's life is like, it sucks. It's horrible.
It makes
Like,
Peter
honestly,
Parker's life look better by comparison.
Oh gosh, that's saying something. But and just like, man, just seeing him like seeing him be all right and happy with his life is just, man, that hit me. That
Yeah.
hit me.
And
all-
again, it's all because in that moment, Prime did become Superman. That's what Superman would have done. Superman literally punches the bad away, and the good emerges. So I love that Liam paid that off, because that is what they always said, going as far back as Goku vs. Superman 3 and why Clark was created. And the same thing is now true here. CK has a punch that literally makes, for this scenario, the good come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and the only I did see it, and it's a little weird as somebody who owns physical comics. It is a little weird that they put the front cover on the back instead of it's supposed to be like it's supposed to be an advertisement, because how a comic
Yeah.
works is
I was going
that
to say, think of it as a next time advertisement.
Yeah, like maybe a next time advertisement would have been nice. Like hell, you could have just been vague about it. But yeah, a comic cover is supposed to be on the front, not the back. Because everybody was thinking, I saw one person think, wait a minute, does that mean Superboy Prime was reading a manga comic? No.
No.
It's just, I guess they couldn't do it like that, which I think it would have been more effective if they did it hand-drawn, but they wanted to end it off with the sprite, and then the hand-drawn, and then the sprite, so it's a small nitpick in the grand scheme of things that doesn't actually affect the episode.
I mean, all things considered, like, it makes more sense for, to close it on the back, because that shows that you
because
finished
that is how a comic is closed. It's closed on the back.
Yeah, that shows you finished the story. So, but like, obviously putting like a whole lot of nothing on the back would have been really boring. So
no,
I don't know. Like, it's either they do this, or they like have him flip the comic over for no apparent reason, to show the cover, and it's like, brother, just do this. Ignore the weebs.
Exactly. Again, doesn't affect my overall enjoyment or bring the episode down, in my opinion. It's just a criticism. It's just a literal nitpick.
Brother, I didn't even think about it when I saw it. I would never have thought about it had somebody not brought it up. So.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Although, speaking of bringing stuff up, the end analyses.
Solid.
Yeah. Probably my favorite end explanation. They do a good job with the points and the categories. Although it's funny how they literally wait till the end to bring up that, oh yeah, by the way, you know how we talked about how the Darkest Night absorbed the powers of Perpetua? Oh yeah, did we also forget to mention that he also absorbed the fucking powers of Dr. Manhattan, who has hair now? Shut up. Kind of feels like that may have potentially have been, again, potentially misleading, as if the fucking Darkest Night wasn't already a stupid fucking broken character already.
I don't think people care.
And I mean, I also called it. I knew. I actually am surprised I called it, because I had a feeling that they were going to. Now, granted, I did not make. This is where Bro and I can chime in respectfully. I personally believed Prime would get the strength category. However, what I didn't expect was for them to use Molecule Man's. I
didn't know Molecule Man was that strong.
That caught me off guard. I'm like, oh, so we're literally comparing Molecule Man to the Darkest Night? Okay, I thought it would have been the other thing, like either Hulk Thor, or something else. Galactus, maybe, yeah, but no, fucking Molecule Man.
Yeah, maybe I need to do more. Maybe I need to do some research on Molecule Man. I don't freaking know.
Yeah, I mean, I know he was brought up a lot as a potential, as something of proof of concept that Sentry would have no problem manipulating molecules, because he discovered he could do that thanks to fighting. Funny enough, Molecule Man.
Yeah, that's why I brought him up.
Yeah,
I didn't think he was anything other than that.
Yeah, no. Apparently, the dude's up there with fucking Galactus as a top tier end of Marvel Comics villain.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah. Intelligence, I wasn't surprised. I mean, granted,
Clark was never going to be smarter than the likes of like.
So
Reed or
okay,
Tony.
look, unpinning the situation, the crash out segment. I do slightly disagree. Again, slightly, because in issue 37 of Joshua Williams' Superman run with Prime as the protagonist, Prime does indeed show he can be very strategic and use his Kryptonian mind to his advantage when there is a situation that requires him not to use brute force, but to actually, be smart. He can do it. Now, granted, I'm not disagreeing with Death Battle, but I am agreeing that, okay, yeah, he does not always crash out. It's never always.
Well, no, they said he has a habit of crashing out.
Habit is a bit of a stretch. I mean, in the current run that he's in, yes, he is having a quote-unquote crash out, but it's not because of him. It's because of something going on that is making him do this. And when push comes to shove, yeah, spoiler alert, in the new in the end of his run, he's actually showing that, okay, wait a minute, this isn't right. Okay, we're going to change the playing field. We're going to go by my rules, and he's actually being very creative and strategic. So again, he can't do it. It's 9 times out of 10, it's not his go-to, but he is improving.
Sure.
But yeah, overall, yeah, not surprised that they gave him the intelligence win because, yeah, Tony Stark, Reed Richards, I mean, yeah, can't argue against that.
Think about comics in general. This applies to DC too, but it's so funny how like there's smart and then there's comic smart.
Yeah.
Like if someone in Marvel or DC says, yeah, I'm like one of the smartest people on the planet, it's like, yeah, that means they're smarter than like literally anybody you would know in real life ever.
Yeah.
That means they're gonna make freaking like Albert Einstein look like a freaking moron.
Yeah, I mean, spoiler alert, they've been doing that since the fucking season 2 of Death Battle with these characters. With certain characters, I mean. But nevertheless, yeah, I mean, it's literally street smart going up against, book smart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and then powers. I actually do appreciate that they're like, yeah, no, this actually could have gone to Sentry if the retcon punch was not a factor.
Yeah.
Although they do mention
his regeneration is busted.
Yeah, which, to be fair, they brought it up in Prime's analysis, but they don't bring it up for his end segment. Prime's regeneration is also busted, and yes, very much like any Kryptonian, yes, there are limits to him, but unlike most Kryptonian characters like Jonathan or Kara or Power Girl, yeah, both Clark and mainline Clark essentially can't die. They will just always come back because they can never be erased from existence. But point still stands. Sentry's regeneration is just as fucking busted as Prime's, and I do appreciate that. Yeah, no, they're right. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, when it comes down to versatility and quality, Sentry kind of takes it because look at all these powers he has, whereas Prime has a very select few powers, and those are cool and everything, but they're really not going to do anything against Sentry.
Prime's powers are kind of basic, as a Kryptonian anyway.
Yes, as a Kryptonian, he's very basic. He's not like mainline Clark, who actually can go toe to toe with Sentry in terms of the sheer quantity of powers he has. But yeah, it really is the retcon punch that is the saving grace for Prime.
Yeah.
And yeah, bro kind of called this last time. Them bringing up, oh yeah, here's 2 instances of Sentry being affected by something akin to the retcon punch.
Yes.
Although the Absorbing Man one also caught me off guard.
Yeah, I should have mentioned that. That's my bad.
Nah, it's all good. To be honest, I know of Absorbing Man. I've seen him. I've read stories with him, but I never knew he could do that. So, you know, hey, nice.
Yeah, especially since Moonstone calls it a reality punch. I'm like, okay, I really should have brought this up. My bad.
No, it's all good.
To be fair, I think the House of M stuff is solid enough.
I think it's so funny. I think it's so funny because people use House of M as a way to say like that the Sentry resists the retcon punch, and I'm like, literally how? Like it's
No.
like
I mean-
I guess because like it's still kind of implied that like the Void is still, or like whatever, like this certain version of the Void anyway, is like still kind of chasing after Bob, but like in this, Bob is like a dude. He's a normal ass dude with a dark side. Like, yeah, he's got a dark side to him, but like he's not the Sentry.
No, he's not. And again, I think it all just comes down to, I consider the Molecule Man feat as just like the final cherry on top to prove that Bob has no resistance to any of the effects of the retcon punch. And again, bro literally stating in the last episode that Bob's whole character is he is retcon man. He's always getting his shit retconned.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes self-imposed.
Sometimes self-imposed. And yeah, I mean, again, and yeah, them bringing up the idea of, oh, well, maybe he could erase his perception out of Prime's mind, but yeah, no, that's not going to work because, I mean, Prime is currently fighting Manchester Black, who, spoiler alert, does not currently exist in DC Comics anymore, but he exists only to Prime as a ghost, and only Prime can talk and see him. So yeah, no.
Oh, that won't
doesn't...
have any repercussions whatsoever.
Oh no, that's the final boss in his arc right now. But in any event, Prime literally scaling to the pre-crisis shit of, yep, he can resist having his soul screwed up, he can resist having his mind fucked around. Which again, currently with Manchester Black, yeah, Prime can definitely do that. I was right, in that assumption. And yeah, them even saying, oh yeah, and the Edgelord solar armor just giving him an endless supply of sunlight energy kind of means that he's going to have ways to fight back against the Void, which again, to Bro's statement, it does bring up an interesting hypothetical between Superman and the Void because, well, yeah, Prime has that, but not Clark, mainline Clark.
Yeah. Also, mainline Clark, from what I know, I don't know. You know, Clark has over 8,000 comics to prove me wrong. But I don't think he has the retcon punch either. So.
No, he does not have the retcon punch. It is foreign to him, and very much like every other DC character, he doesn't even know what the hell that is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. The only two characters who could use it were Prime and Earth 2 Superman, who is now dead forever.
Cool.
Yeah. So, this end analysis, solid. You know what's more solid? Yeah, here we go. We're finally capping it off. Prime shows up.
They couldn't help themselves with the literal fourth wall break.
Alright, look, I know that this is gonna make this. I've seen dozens of reactions. I've seen both your reactions. I've seen the lads. I've seen everyone's. I understand that this is not gonna be for everyone, and it's not your cup of tea. But again, last time, as somebody who has read the comics, yes, it is very in character. Yes, with how he's written, it makes sense for him to do this. And also,
yeah.
And also, another thing too, they at least had restraint. They could have had him show up during the pre-analysis to fuck around, but I do like that. No, they wanted to build it up, and they didn't want it to interrupt the flow of his analysis segment. They actually wanted him to just have a presence that, yeah, he knows about them. He knows of them, and he knows he's in a death battle simulation, and he's going to break out and chat with them. So, again, I appreciate that they chose the safest route by just having him only show up to. Again, he literally criticizes the intelligence segment, and then just tells, "Yeah, no, everybody, don't listen to their shit. Just read my comics."
He basically just makes fun of people with the category who complain about the category system, and I think
he represents the people. Again, Liam, you fucking genius. Prime essentially represents, like ZDogg just said, everybody who complains about the category systems and the little. The only thing that would have made it slightly more funnier and even better is if Prime talked about the black boxes too.
That would have been funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Honestly, I don't think it should be counted too much in the episode itself. It's a fun little like bonus end joke.
It is, and it's harmless. It doesn't hurt anything.
No,
it doesn't.
It's definitely harmless. I don't know. I just would have preferred to have gone without it.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. I also kind of hope it doesn't, because it is something I thought it, like, especially when watching Bro and Mate's reactions. Like,
Yeah.
like the episode does everything, you know, make Clark, you know, a very fascinating character and a very charming character, and then he just has to be a cocky little asshole after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, it's funny.
Definitely ruining. Well, I don't know. I don't know if it ruins.
I would not say he's ruining. I'm just saying, look, the charm.
It might sour their opinion on him.
It's again, you know, it's funny. I saw the lads, and Mate did, and and I say this is funny because Mate brought up how he didn't like it, and then he kind of had to double back by saying it's not that he didn't want it, it's just that's not what he would have done. But in my opinion, that is the only way you could. That's the only way you could have done this. It makes sense, and again, that kind of just runs the question. If you know he's going to be here, you have to pick a choice of he can either show up during the pre-analysis and ruin the entire flow of his main segment, or he can show up at the very end before they say he is the winner, and then he just clocks them by saying, "Look, I saw this bullshit. You fuckers tried to downscale me like crazy. I don't crash out. I can be smart if I want to." And yeah, just I don't agree with you. Just everybody who also doesn't agree with them, just don't subscribe, and just read my comics.
Yeah.
It brings the charm. It keeps it from being Deadpool, because
Yeah,
I gotta say,
it's definitely not Deadpool. I'll agree with that.
no, because I'm sorry, Deadpool's fourth wall awareness kind of just it's bad. Like when it was used constantly, it was just I did not like how they over relied on it.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think having 3 episodes of that helped in that case.
Yeah.
Well, also having him show up in another fucking episode, like he's made so many appearances in Death Battle, it's crazy. I think he's got like what 5-6 appearances in total,
Something like that.
so the fact that Prime was more held back, I think was better, because again, Liam could have just taken the easy route and just had Prime show up during the pre-analysis segment, shit talk them. Maybe even he breaks out and just starts beating the shit out of Wiz. Boomstick laughs, blah blah blah. They could have done that, but I appreciate that it's like, no, we want Prime to still have that charm to him.
Yeah. Which I do think he does, even if, you know, maybe a bit too cocky, but like whatever.
I mean, I can definitely say that is okay. Look, I'm just gonna be straight. Prime as he is right now, he has no fucking filter. I am dead serious. Like there's literally, like, you can look it up. There's literally a moment when he's talking to the Kents, and he just says, "Man, I'm so glad you guys are alive." And then they're like, "What did you just say?" It's like, "Well, you know, a lot of fans wish you two were 6 feet under," or even surprisingly, Mark Waid, you know, the writer of Kingdom Come Superman, he wishes you were 6 feet under, Jonathan, or you had another heart attack. You know, but you guys kind of you ground the whole mythology. It's like he has no fucking filter when he's talking. It's so fucking hilarious. It's so charming.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I still found it pretty charming and like a little charming as a bonus thing after the fact. But,
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Part of me wonders if it like kind of soured his opinion after everything that happened, or that like soured people's opinions on him afterwards. But
I mean, I definitely would hope not, because, well, that's just it. Why are you taking this? First of all, why are you taking this seriously? Second of all, again, it could have been worse. It could have been Takahaka's Deadpool.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. I can't enjoy. It's hard for me to enjoy Deadpool in Death Battle because they overused him so many goddamn times.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, it's definitely up there with Stitch because, you know, Stitch also broke the fourth wall, and so did Bill. I mean,
Yeah,
so
Stitch was kind of like it was there and then
Out
it
of
was
nowhere.
gone. No, it was like it came and went.
yeah, it
Pro-
came and went.
Prime's is kind of like I think that's my issue mostly is that Prime's just like he shows up and then he's still just yapping, and I'm like, bro, I don't care. Like,
I understand. I do.
like I don't mind him breaking in and being like announcing himself as the winner and being all bragging about it. Like that part in itself isn't really my problem. It's when he starts like I get that it's supposed to be a parody and like making fun of people who really don't like the category system, and that's not inherently like my issue. It's just like, bro, I don't whatever. Like you won. Let's just let it go, man. Like
I understand. I mean, even it kind of soured Mate's experience on Lads when he confessed he didn't like this, even though it's exactly what he wanted. But I'm not trying to trap him in a corner. Nobody and everybody needs to get off his ass. But I will say I don't agree with people. If you were genuinely soured by this, I honestly don't know how I can explain it other than, look, I personally think it was the right way to go. It's not it's not too long. It's just it's barely even a minute at that point. It's like 30 seconds. Or maybe slightly almost a minute of him just talking and being cocky, but at the same time, I do kind of agree. I think I guess if I were to have done it, I just would have had him show up and just tell Wiz and Boomstick, you know, you guys are really horrible for making me be a part of this. I just want you to know that. And I used to say, I'm gonna kill you to death.
yeah, I think it's when they start getting it's when he starts getting into commentary about like the disadvantages he had the Rumble.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, who cares? Like,
I again slightly agree with what Liam and therefore Prime is saying, because that's just them saying, look, this intelligence section, we know this isn't really going to mean much. It's basically just to give Century something. But in my opinion, I think what Prime and should have just said is, look, that intelligence section, that was all wrong. Why didn't you guys just say he had the overall experience? Yeah, I'll admit, I've been around for almost 40 years, but most of my life I was trapped inside another dimension while this guy was actually out there. So I think that's how they should have approached it, is just have Prime just say, look, I don't agree with how you handled this segment. Why was it intelligence? When is intelligence going to play a factor into this? It should have just been experience.
I don't
Like
know.
I said, it's on screen for less than a minute. It could have been worse. I don't mind it, and I still think it adds to the charm.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the concept. I just think, I personally think it kind of went on. Like the longer it went on, the more I was like, okay, dude, wrap it up. We get it. We get it. You won. Can we move on, please? I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although talking about Prime yapping a whole lot, can we talk about the voice acting real quick?
Yeah, let's chat about the voice acting. Yeah, probably the best voice acting of the independent era. For me personally. Sorry.
Okay.
No, okay.
Phillips.
I mean, there is competition. I won't lie.
Okay, first of all, Phillips' voice is the Sentry, not what I was expecting. Having read all of Sentry's comics, that is not the voice I would have expected. I mean, it works, but it was like, oh, okay. I mean, I guess he is trying to be like the sort of like deep voiced, bold, superhero kind of voice. I get it. It's just like Bob's more like the Sentry is more like kind of like a nice guy than like say your like typical classic superhero trope.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just kind of threw me for a loop, but it was fine. It's when he starts acting like as the Void, where I'm like, oh shit, okay.
Oh my. Okay. Yeah. Philip.
He makes the Void sound so freaking terrifying.
No, it's hitting all the right notes. It's terrifying. It's petty. It's creepy. Hell, there's even whenever he said whenever he delivers the line, afraid of the dark, Clark. I swear to God, I'm not joking. I almost said, oh my God, he kind of sounds like Roger Craig Smith as Batman a little bit.
Yeah.
Like just the way he says Clark. I'm like, okay, that's kind of like how that's kind of like a Batman way of saying Clark. Because again, it's funny. It's like, yeah, fun fact. Bruce doesn't call Clark, or he doesn't pronunciate Clark as Clark. No, he literally says Clark. Like he's putting a lot of emphasis on it and kind of a little bit of a bite depending on the situation. So I do appreciate that Philip did that here. Except it's very twisted.
Yeah.
Oh my God! On that note, though, please, God, don't ever bring the Batman Who Laughs in here. But if you must bring the Batman Who Laughs in here, please get Philip to voice him.
That could be cool. I mean, I feel like that is inevitable, like it or not. But we'll see.
Well, I mean, hey, Philip's on a gigantic losing streak, so maybe if he voices the Batman Who Laughs, he'll freaking die. So.
Yeah, there you go. I mean. That'd just be the only highlight. Seeing that son of a bitch die. Not Philip, obviously.
Yeah.
But anyway.
To be completely honest, I don't even mind the Batman Who Laughs as like a concept. It's just when they started giving him like freaking Dr. Manhattan powers, I'm like, oh my God.
No, he's literally the most broken. Like, okay, I'm not kidding you. You think Superboy? The difference between Prime and the Darkest Knight. I'm not joking. The DC writers actually said they regret making the Batman Who Laughs.
Oh.
That's how bad he is. Like, even his writers, regretted making him because he's such a broken piece of shit.
It's like I do think the concept of like a Batman that basically turns into the Joker. It's like, okay, yeah. I mean, in concept, I like it. I think that's fun.
They just took it too far, man.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. It's literally, hey, what if God Batman merged with Joker? Oh,
yeah, that's kind of it. It's like the Bat God thing.
Yeah, but
it's meme Batman, and he became the Joker, and they really lean into, hey, when Batman walks in, he's God, even though he's not, but okay.
Yeah, but now he's literally God. He even took out the other gods. And this motherfucker was in goddamn Fortnite and actually had an event there. I hate this world. Anyway,
Philip's voice as the Merge Sentry is pretty cool too.
Yeah, there's a good level of merging the two voices that I appreciate.
It's honestly more along the lines of what I was expecting.
It's very defeated. It's very bitter and downtone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it really sounds like he's depressed.
It's just done with it.
Yeah, he is done with life as is. And I think it goes without saying really that Philip Sacramento is the MVP of this entire segment of voice acting. I would even say this is probably his best performance. Period. I really am curious to see
Probably, yeah.
where he's going to go after this if they bring him back, assuming they can let him get a win for once.
One day he'll get one.
Maybe. I mean,
Well,
only if he fights Chris Guerrero.
Well, on the flip side, Sean Chiplock is pretty much exactly how I imagined.
Yeah. Okay.
Prime
So
sounds.
getting into that, how ironic is it that the last time Sean Chiplock was on here, literally both Bro ZDogg and I were talking about what the hell do you mean you got Sean Chiplock here, and what do you mean he's the MVP of this entire animation? What the hell? No, now it's been flipped. Okay. So again, as somebody who has given Prime a voice, coincidentally, while this episode was in the pipeline, after watching it so many times, I can comfortably say I think Sean nails Prime for how he's presented here. You don't get you do get the like I said, there's a mix of emotions with him, but I love that it's the snarky charismatic, cocky, and kind of nonchalant attitude that Prime currently has. But the moment it gets real, I love that. Okay, again, Sean Chiplock probably has my favorite line delivery. Like this, to me, this is the new. I'm not playing God all this time. I've been playing human. This is the new version of that for me. There's always a happy ending. Again. It's not an existing line he said. It's just something that he's saying, and you can literally interpret it in multiple different ways. You can interpret it my way, Nemesis's way, or you can arrive to your own conclusion why he says that. And it's such a solid fucking line. He really sells the emotion, like when he unleashes the solar flare. Like, he puts all of his energy into that scream.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It just really imbues, like I said, I just think Sean imbues Prime with a lot of just charm, like a lot of, and I think that, like, even like when he's doing the "I'll kill you to death," like how he was like,
oh yeah, no,
he it's like
the delivery was perfect.
I was gonna say the fact that it's like a cheeky, like, oh yeah, this line.
Yeah, I love hearing him say, "I'll kill you to death." It's like, okay, I love how fucking snarky and cheeky this little guy is, because again, he knows this is death battle. He knows what he's in for, and he doesn't care. But again, I love that you get to see the Prime he is now. And you get to see a little bit of the Superman that mainline Clark and CK always knew he could be. So it is kind of these performances have fucking layers, man. And you don't get that a lot with death battle actors. Not to disrespect or say anything of the sort, but it's just, look, a death battle actor shows up, they do their job, and that's it. There's not really, they don't have to be nuanced. They don't have to have layers to their performances. They don't get to have essentially, they're essentially voicing characters who have a mask, and once the mask is shattered, you see the real them. You see the real Bob, and you see the real Clark. And again, we don't get that with death battle voice acting because, well, these two are so unique in terms of their characters that you wouldn't have it any other way for both Philip and Sean to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say.
And the chemistry is there too. Like, I do love. I don't think there's a single line I would have changed. I think it all just comes through naturally.
Yeah, all of it just flows very nice, and yeah, it was very natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Also, for
Very-
the last time, Death Battle, please, just please give me the goddamn B-roll. I want to see Philip just go through so many takes of the Void. Come on.
Oh yeah. One day we'll get it if we beg hard enough. One day.
I have to start posting in their super chat.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, if you want something bad enough, go directly and ask them yourself. Maybe when
Don't be annoying about it.
Well, yeah, no, of course
I'm
not.
no, absolutely not.
Oh, yeah, I know. It might be obvious, but some
True.
people don't have common
fair
sense
enough.
anyway.
That's true. We are living. This is the Death Battle community. You're right. Anyway, speaking of common, the track.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I hate to kind of like make the last thing sound like not really a negative, but just kind of like a okay. But honestly,
That's
the
alright.
track doesn't do much for me.
No, I'm sorry. I have not. I've seen the episode 30 times, but I've only listened to the track once, and I'm sorry. I don't think it does anything for me outside of the episode. In the episode, it's great.
Sure.
It's very good. It's how the moment the Void shows up, it's like, okay, it's using all of the right strings, the instruments, all of the loud percussions, all that. It's good. It's good. I like it. But on its own, I don't care much for it.
I think it just has a bad case of like backing track syndrome. Where,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
mean,
say it's like.
In my
I was gonna
defense,
say it's similar.
to be fair, I
to-
haven't. To be fair, I listened to this track like on its own like once, and that's when it came out. So maybe I just need to listen to it again. But yeah, I don't know. This track is very much. I mean, like we said, it's good in the fight. It's
Really
just
good in the fight.
it's just not gonna. It's not an award-winning track or anything like that.
No, it's not. I mean, look, nothing's gonna beat Internal Combustion or Soul Outsider at this rate. But hey, we still have a couple more episodes left, so we'll see. But I mean, I hate this. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I will say, I do. If there's one thing I like, I don't think it's any like outside of on its own. I don't think it's anything special. But I will say, I do think like the extremely triumphant part.
Oh
like,
yeah, that part is the main highlight and sticks out to me. I agree.
I think Fairwolf like really nailed the superhero.
Yeah, it hits you in the feels when you listen to it. I can agree to that.
Yeah, I think that is the big highlight of the track. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably my one moment that I would pick from it.
yeah, I mean, like I don't think it's a bad track, like not at all. But like again, it's probably the least likely one I would go and listen to on its own.
No, I mean even Groove versus Megamind's track is more memorable than this track. And again, no disrespect, but it's like, yeah, I can literally remember the track in my head. But again, maybe that's the point. This track was not meant to be one to listen to over and over again. No, it's primarily there to be cinematic and in tone with what's going on. So you know what? Hey,
Which, to be
Does
fair,
that-
when the fight is more more cinematic than action based, like I get it.
yeah, and it's downright horrific when the Void shows up. I mean, Darewolf is definitely doing a good job of pulling on those horror motifs.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
yeah,
by the way, the track is called Miracle Man. I don't think we brought that up yet.
no,
Good name. Good name.
Yeah.
ha 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 ha, because
because Miracle Man, who both of these guys are based on, it's funny.
yeah, it is. It's funny. I mean, at least they didn't call it Superman.
True.
But yeah.
It certainly is a track.
It is
It
indeed
certainly
a
is-
track.
It certainly is music.
It was music that we listened to.
It gets the,
Um,
Yeah.
it gets the job.
it does. Okay then. So final overall thoughts on the episode.
Damn good.
Yeah.
That is, yeah, they hit it out of the park. And honestly, I think this alone, I'm kind of glad they didn't do an episode with either of these two sooner, because man,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
they pulled like, I think they made this the best they could be.
It's kind of
I agree.
it's kind of funny when you think about it, like how often we get characters that like have been requested since like season 2 days,
Yeah.
and it's like, geez, why did it take this long for these characters to show up? And then you watch the episode and you're like, oh,
That's
Yeah. I
Like-
mean, I'm glad they didn't do Sentry versus Superman or Superboy Prime versus Gwenpool. I'm glad they.
oh my god,
They
dude,
moved the
Gwenpool would have been the worst.
Oh my
I mean,
god, I
not
know.
that not that I'm like not interested in getting into Gwenpool, but like I'm so glad it's not that.
Hmm.
That like I don't think like a reality breaking not Deadpool would have been would have had a great dynamic against a reality breaking not Superman kind of.
yeah, yeah. I definitely think they made the right choice going here.
Yeah.
And yeah, no,
Yeah.
yeah. I think
Um.
everything came together in a very nice package.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
definitely one of the definitely
I'm-
one of the level DCs they've ever done.
I'm just gonna say it. I did tease this. It's time to pull this out. But this is my new number one favorite episode of the show.
Well, there you go.
Yep. I know that number one spot keeps changing over the past few years, but it all depends on what the episode means to me. And what these two characters represent, what Prime means to me, and how I relate to both characters, and what the message and the layers that I've described and I've said and talked about in this episode.
Brother,
And-
you went on a half-hour-long tangent about Superboy Prime last episode.
Yes, I
This
did.
wasn't my
I
favorite
did.
episode.
I
would've
did
had
a straight up
questions.
essay style. Yes, I know. My passion for this character could not be more felt from that. I get. Yes, you are right. Like I didn't even do that with the other fucking characters. Like not once did I ever do that. But what Prime means to me, and Century, who I also like. I mean, again, I know Bro and I both have read his new comics, but we're both not gonna finish it because we just don't want to get it in the feels. Like even what Century means to me now recently, I'm like, yeah, this is not only a perfect episode with characters that I relate to and something that can, okay, this is gonna be very schlocky and a little bit cheesy, but shut up. You know, the fact that if I'm ever quote unquote having one of those off days, all I have to do is just put on this episode, and it's literally the happy ending part that makes it all worthwhile, and it's almost like this animation in this episode is helping me personally, and the fact that a death battle can do that to me is kind of rare. Something that's probably unheard of. I mean, we've all got those episodes that can do that for us, but for this is now mine, and yeah, I'm with ZDogg. It's probably the best Marvel versus DC fight to date. I mean, granted, there is a lot of competition, but I would say that okay, in terms of the independent era, this is probably gonna sit on a high pedestal and set the foundation for what the Marvel versus DC fights should be, and that's gonna be either good or bad depending on what the next one will be in the future. But yeah, no, I do. I love this episode so fucking much. Don't be surprised where it ranks on my potential 2026 ranking.
Hmm.
it's kind of fucking obvious. But yeah, I am not bored of this episode. Every time I watch it, I just have a huge fucking smile, and it really does get me through the day. So yeah, this is a perfect episode, in my opinion. This is what a Marvel versus DC fight should strive to be. I don't want every episode to be like this episode. I just want every episode that is a Marvel versus DC fight to at least be this good. Like, at least not be a masterpiece, but be good in general. I that's what I want. I just want a good Marvel versus DC fight. And the fact that Liam, the crazy bastard, shot for the stars and was like, I don't just want to make a good Marvel versus DC return fight. No, I want to fucking set the I want to set the foundation for what they could be. And it's like, yeah, no, that's good. So yeah, perfect episode. Probably my favorite of the independent era period.
Well, all right then. All right.
Yeah.
Well, with that, we're gonna transition, or not transition. We're gonna move on over to part 2. So we'll see you tomorrow as we're recording for that.
Yeah, have a good
Wait,
time. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Wait, hold on. Do you guys see that? Oh no, Super White Prime's coming in. Look out!